idiots in Chester, they don't know anything. That was clearly an unfair fight. I mean, the ref, they had a whole concert before the match even started. I got tired out watching this guy before. And then, dude, can you believe what they did? They put their hands on the best manager in professional wrestling. They put their hands on Skills the Great. Man, tell them how you feel about that.
I can't believe it. Let me tell you something, Backseat Boys, you bunch of cowards. You were supposed to be here today. You couldn't even be in your own anniversary. You were scared of us. You know we taking them titles when we see y'all. But the rep, just know, we gotta get our get back on the next time. Ain't gonna be sweet.
That's right.
You heard?
Let them know.
Well, there you have it, you guys. A lot went down yesterday. Welcome to the SPOcast. We are going to update you. We are going to explain what happened yesterday at the event. There's so much going on. My voice is a little bit hoarse because I actually ended up ring announcing. What a great 25th anniversary. So many people to thank. So many people broke out. So much to highlight that we're going to take our time and unpack this one piece of luggage at a time. What's up, Phil Stamper?
Hey, sir. How are you?
Welcome, man. Good to have you.
Thank you. Yesterday was a good time in some ways, and some others. We'll talk about that, I'm sure.
It was an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. Still haven't got my voice back. I'm on about 2-3 hours sleep, and not because I wasn't laying in bed, but because I just couldn't sleep. I've been so amped and pumped and had so much fun in Chester with all the crowd and the people and blah, blah, blah. But we just heard from Skills the Great, you guys. Just flat out called out the Backseat Boys. Couldn't just leave it unsaid. Skills, what do you got to say for yourself, my man?
Yeah, man, you got a little bit of heat, Johnny. You just, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't let me shine. That was my time to shine. You couldn't let me shine. You had to get the rep out there. But it's all good. We ready for the rep that next time. You know what I mean? We almost had them. If it wasn't for that dweeb of a GIF, whatever his name was, had to get a chair to get me out of there. But next time, it's over.
Well, good. I got to say, I'm excited that you've come into your own, and you seem to be a lot more confident lately, taking people under your wing and causing general havoc. So, guys, we have a lot to discuss today, a lot to unpack. We just heard from Primal Fear. We're going to hear from our new world champion in just a little bit. I'm not even going to tell you who yet. We're also going to hear from the rep. Can't wait to see that. But yeah, and we're going to get the Backseat Boys in here who just returned from tour. And we're going to talk about the fan incident that happened where a fan jumped in the ring and they had to handle it. That's the show tonight, everybody.
Salute.
Yeah, and I've seen the footage. It's pretty crazy. Have you guys seen it yet?
No, because I had a feeling we were going to talk about it today.
Of the incident? Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny looking south. Thank you, Sky.
Sky, what up, Sky?
I get sidetracked when people tell me I'm looking sexy. Appreciate that. So, Phil, how did it feel wrestling yesterday? How was your knee?
Felt good. The knee did a lot better than I kind of expected it to. What's funny is I was more worried about my wind. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get blown up so fast, and I didn't. I was really surprised. It went well. It on that side it went well.
You looked like a superhero there.
He does, like a D'Lo Brown superhero.
I'll take it.
D'Lo Brown meets Casey Jones.
I had never thought about the Casey Jones part.
Yeah, you did great too. I was watching, making sure you're doing your thing.
It looks like the referees are like your King's guards. Like it just fits. Like they need to be your henchmen. The president of wrestling. It meant a lot to have you there, Phil, and to have you wrestling and to be in there with Kid Legend and to see Mark Angel and all the old heads from the past. It meant a lot to have you there.
Yo, Kid Legend almost took your head off.
Yeah, that's true. Part of his shoe was in my eye. It's totally good. Everything's fine.
Right.
You know, and Kurt Robinson and I kind of clicked a little bit in the Rumble. I think like, okay, maybe I need to call up Kurt a couple more times in the future.
Kurt was one of the last ones.
Yes, he was.
Spoiler, he did not win, but he was the second to last one in. It was down to him and someone else.
Yeah. He was my pick. Kurt was my pick after I got him.
Phil, if you notice, I had to get that get back for him doing that to you. We'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
But he did that to you. I made sure I had to, he wasn't gonna win that Rumble. He don't do that to the president on my watch.
I appreciate you, sir.
Right.
Already know.
Rick Blade
Yeah,
just
right,
texted me and said he didn't even know that was you. So so you and Rick Blade didn't talk yesterday?
Like in passing, I was like, oh, hey, but it was one of those.
He
It was
didn't
like, oh, hey, how
recognize
are you?
you. He didn't know it was you.
That's great.
Oh my God. That's
Hey,
hysterical.
Phil was
What's funny
looking
is
like
I
a
actually think I said
superhero.
hi to Rick twice.
Just in case he didn't see you, like, hey, he's like, hey, what's going on?
Well, so what I've noticed is, especially like when I change, no matter what I'm wearing, like if I came in like t-shirt and jeans, and even if I put on a suit, people are always like, "Oh, hey, I missed you earlier." It's like, no, I just changed. It's fine.
Just
And that
forgettable.
happened a couple times yesterday too. I put on gear, and then people were like, "Oh, hey," and like there was this pause, and I knew what it was.
Turn into
They're gonna
Superman.
learn. Everyone's gonna learn, and they're gonna get adjusted to it. It's fine.
All right, so Phil, we're gonna have to go through some results in here in a minute, and we're gonna get the back seats in here in a little bit, just in a few minutes. Let's do. So what happened first yesterday? Get us into it.
So before we even get started, should we even address? We had a couple of cards subject to change moments. We don't have to go through each and every single one of them, but things happen in wrestling, and I think the success of the show rested on the fact that we adjusted so well.
Oh yeah, everyone stepped up. It was a lot of fun. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone in the crowd had a great time. So yeah, I couldn't be happier with the turnout and how everyone performed. I was so proud to be a part of it, and the way everyone showed up and supported us meant the world. And we were able to invite medical professionals from the closed down local hospitals. We were able to get kids from Chester in for free to enjoy the event. So we're really happy with the way things turned out. So thank you for that.
I didn't even know the context. I didn't know the hospitals have been shut down.
Sabrina.
2 of them.
Oh,
One's
man.
closing next week, and
Yeah.
so it's not a good time for them right now.
Gotcha. So that was awesome that we even did that. And I mean the crowd was hot. Like the mayor brought in a whole bunch of kids. It was funny the way you worded it at first was his kids. And I was like, what? I was so confused.
I didn't realize that. Here's the mayor was on commentary too for a while.
Nice.
With our commentary team there.
Sharp.
Scott Holiday and Chris Bristow. And then you look in the back
Shout
of
out
the
to
people. What did we say, Phil? It looks like operators are standing by at our telethon.
Right.
Keep SPO alive here at Harrah's, everyone. Operators are standing by.
Call the hotline.
Call the hotline. Call the hotline. That's great. You know what? I think we have a backseat here. Let's get him. I haven't even seen him in a while, man. What's up, backseat?
Hey, what up, y'all? How's it going? Sorry if my camera's a little blurry right now, but I'm just happy to be back on the SPOcast. I want to hear all about the silver anniversary. I see we got some new champions, and I'm dying to, sort of explain what happened and how the backseats have nuclear heat over in the Midwest.
Literally nuclear heat. We just showed the nuclear explosion and warned people today about radioactivity in our graphic.
Well,
yeah, you were missed, you guys, and loved. So everyone loved yous and missed yous yesterday back.
And called out.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Everyone wants a piece of us, whether it's, in our hometown of, Harris Casino, or out in beautiful Joliet, Illinois, where, if you know your backseat history, you'll know is one of the most infamous towns that we've ever wrestled in. But, I just got it. Yeah. In a bad area.
Did you say Illinois?
Yeah, that's how you know I'm from New York. Illinois, whatever it is. I'm sorry. Much like you guys, I'm dealing with lack of sleep and laryngitis, and then my body does this weird thing where I get like aches if I haven't slept enough and if I'm not like rested enough. So, but I'm just doing dandy. I want to hear more about Skills calling us out and what went down at the 25th anniversary. And I just want to say, Phil, your outfit that no one is hitting the nail on the head, because I know what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm getting very White Power Ranger vibes.
You know what? I'll take that. It's so funny what people keep taking away from it. But I'll take power. I'll take the White Power Ranger. That's totally
I'm also
So wait.
getting a little bit of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command vibes, but that's just me.
So wait, where's the white power vibes again?
The
White Power Ranger.
White Power Ranger.
I'm sorry.
Power.
Continuing that sentence.
I looked at the wrong people.
Whoa.
All right, I get it.
No.
All right,
no. R.I.P. JDF. He's the reason my name is Tommy Grayson in the first place, if you don't know.
And
That's
Kid
very
Legend
cool.
did have Power Ranger vibes too, right there in the green.
Yeah.
Yup.
Me and
Green
Robbie.
Legend. Green Legend also shouts out to JDF.
What's
He
funny
killed
is about 15 years ago, because I just found this today because I was going through some old files. I designed his old gear, and that's he changed the colors on it, and that's the same gear design.
Phil, you're like an uncle to the students, to the old students from PW.
Right, but now I kind of want to punch him in the face.
Well, it's always nice.
Unwrapping candy. Who's
What's
unwrapping candy?
That's not me.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Spencer.
I got these Nerds gummy clusters. These things are delicious. Has
good.
anyone had them?
I've never even
Yeah,
heard
I
of gummy clusters.
I had
They're
them.
like a Nerd's rope, but they're actually like tiny little pieces of a Nerd's rope.
So do you guys? So real quick, let's get back into it. You're right. We got to get back into the show.
So
We'll get sidetracked.
in our first match, Primal Fear came out with our one and only Skills to Great. But
Took the microphone right out of my hand. Skills did.
You deserve it.
Oh, and
New gear.
unfortunately, Skills, Primal Fear was not successful against the Rep and a GIF.
A gift, whatever.
So it turns out a GIF grew up with the Rep. The odds of that are astronomical.
Right.
So he's like their new manager now. And the dude was good, man. We basically started off the show with a concert, with an A-GIF concert in the ring.
Yeah, it took forever getting my team tired already before the match even started.
Right.
What would you guys
We wanted to
compare?
listen to that crap.
What would you guys compare A-GIF's sound to, just so I could get an idea of the vibe I'm getting? Because I know the Rep are from Philly, so obviously they got that Meek Mill Beanie Siegel vibe going on. But what's A-GIF got going on?
Like a garbage truck in the morning time and shit.
Oh,
That's so messed up.
Jeez.
That's so messed up to say that.
I mean, I hate to say it, but if there's one thing New Yorkers know about Skills, it's the garbage truck and the constant sound and not being able to sleep in the morning. So I'll take your word for it, dog.
Yep, for sure.
Oh my God, you guys. So Phil, we had a great match. The Rep, they have brand new outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
I did. I was very complimentary about the gear.
Dude, they are like the pinnacle of humans. Like they're like blue chip athletes. The Rep.
And they'll break your skulls in the process if you're not careful.
Where's the picture of the champagne? Here it is. Look at that. Do you want to be either of those guys? Look at that.
That's insane.
Look at you, Skills. And this is shot from the front row, right? So that don't think, oh, they only had 5 people there. No, all the crowd's behind the picture. You can't see it.
And Primal Fear was also supposed to go on into the Rumble, and because of what happened to them, they didn't go into the Rumble.
I know. Shout out to Tara Becker, brought me some Red Pop Fago. I had it in the locker room. Yeah,
I got to drink some Red Pop Fago too. You're looking out,
Awesome.
Tara.
Love
she
the
killed
Red
it.
Pop.
She had a tiara on. She had the backseat pants, the backseat shirt. She represented, man, for real. Other people represented, which we'll get to soon. But let's hear from the Rep, guys. Check these monsters out.
You see, Nate? That's what it's about. That is what tag team wrestling is about. And if it's one thing that the Rep knows, it's tag team wrestling.
Yes, sir.
While we're the king of the kings, top of the heat.
Yes, sir.
Every dog that's come in here, we shut him down.
That's right. No, see, it ain't about them dogs, okay? All of y'all small dogs, y'all puppies, okay? We the ones that run this yard. We the one that runs tag team wrestling, okay? So you want to bring your ass to SPO? Go ahead, bring it. Bring it and step up and see exactly where you measure up. I'm gonna tell you where you measure up at, though. You're good enough, but you're still below the Rep. That's what we do. That's what we show every time we out here.
And every once in a while, we gotta remind people of the one thing that you never do.
They're gonna curse.
You don't fuck with the Rep.
I tried to give people at least a little bit of a warning there.
Their new gear, it actually makes them both look about 5 to 10 pounds bigger. So I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Unreal.
Like,
Welcome
how
back.
much more devastating it was.
What up, y'all?
What up?
Hey.
What it do?
Welcome back.
Backseats in the house. You guys going to tell us about your world tour? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And we're going to watch the footage, the incident. Have we named this? Do we have a nickname for this incident? Like, what's it called internally in JCW?
I guess it would be the highlight of the weekend for sure.
Yeah. The Joliet.
I like that. Just call it the highlight of the weekend.
Yeah.
We're not
Robbie
going
said, Robbie said, I hope things don't get out of hand tonight because our shooters are on tour with JCW. That was
it's funny. It's funny you say that, but once we get done discussing the incident at hand, the word shooter will actually be a recurring theme as it relates to 3 individuals, 2 of which are myself and JP over at JCW this weekend. But sign on the road. You're
needed, by the way, when it comes to
no weapons needed yet, but sign on the road. You're going the right way. The word shooter. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Shooter is the sign on the road.
And I'll explain why momentarily.
All right, we'll remember. All right, so we're going to finish recapping the show. We just heard from the rep. We already heard from Skills the Great, who has tons to say all of a sudden, and his new team, Primal Fear. So, Phil, what's up? What was next?
Next, more tag team action with post game. So Miami Mike and Vinny Talata, who were joined by Lavari as they took on and defeated the Cream World Order of Stan Styles, Mark Angel, and Angel Metro.
Guys,
wow. Wait.
He brought. We got. Is there a picture of Stan with? He brought the Cream to the ring after I told him not to. The shake weight somehow ended up at ringside, guys.
Oh, way.
And I was the ring announcer, and they expected me to say from weighing in at 1,000 bottles of cream.
Oh my God.
Guys, I'm traumatized from Stan Styles, but the crowd adored him. He's got charisma for days. I had to look at him and go, F you, because I have to now. We got to keep using you and we got to push you because the whole crowd is yelling cream, cream, cream. If I had a button to push to make them stop yelling cream, I would have. But he's over, dude.
Jeez.
He's probably the best kept secret.
He is over. Do we have pictures or no? I thought I had a picture of him somewhere.
I know how he came out in the Rumble. Did he have the same? Before I say what it is, did he come out the same way in the tag match?
No, in the tag match he was just Stan Styles, but then he came out later, and Angel Metro's with them now. The Cream World Order. It was over too. It was like our BWO.
Like dude, what happened?
It was like our BWO. Dude, they had kids from the crowd involved.
Oh my God.
SPO was running wild.
Were they chanting Cream World Order?
They were chanting cream, 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 cream.
Jeez.
And Stan Styles did a hot tag kind of like JP does.
Oh, wow.
He was pumping up. It was good, man. I was even like, oh, God. I'm like, getting into this. Yeah, dude. I got to say, Stan and Mark and Angel, I don't want to say they were the MVPs, but they're in the top. They were some of the MVPs, dude. They were some of the most over acts. Phil, you got to agree, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I literally had to just eat my sock and say, Stan, you're right. I was wrong. Do the friggin' whipped cream crap at our shows and whatever. Fans love it. So.
Even though they were the MVPs, they still lost.
What's funny is I told him, and don't bring any whipped cream. 3 bottles of whipped cream he had in the locker room. I told him don't bring any. Look at that.
And the shake weight.
Yeah, but I think I went and got the shake rate off the apron and brought it in the locker room halfway through the match, just in case, because it was too much. But I gotta say, man, you guys are gonna be sharing the locker room with Stan and Mark and Angel from now on. They had so much fun and the crowd adored them. So
that's fine.
Chef,
hopefully some of that whipped cream could go with some of the desserts for the ice cream socials that SPO Wrestling will be hosting in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the fill for that one.
I totally wasn't expecting to see Angel team with the creamer.
And Lavari.
Yeah.
You guys, Lavari was
he did his thing.
Star. Guys, he looked like Pitbull coming right off the soccer field from Peru. And dude, the crowd, he can't get away with anything, dude. They're right on top of him. Skills, what'd you think of Lavari?
I didn't get to see him when he came out in the beginning, but for the most part, when I saw him in the Rumble, yeah, he looked like a star out there. Like it's a big difference from the LaVarvi we saw in the other show to the LaVarvi we saw now. It's just night and day. Like it's like a light switch turned on, and
But
he
don't you kind
gets
of
it.
feel responsible? Like we did that. We brought that side out of him.
I think he needs that side in him.
I was
think
gonna
he's
say,
going to benefit from that.
But
for
is he a
sure.
Frankenstein? Is it LaVarvi Frankenstein, guys? Have we created a Frankenstein monster?
So I'm sorry. No, it was supposed to be Vinny Pacifico versus Miami Mike, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Pacifico wasn't able to make it. He had issues from his match the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So no Pacifico.
Mm-hmm.
We were plagued by.
That's
We had to juggle the
unfortunate.
card. It was an erase the board.
Yeah.
Twice.
Hopefully we see
Twice.
Vinny Pacifico.
He's right. Twice.
Yeah, hopefully we see Spo with Vinny Pacifico in the house very soon. You know.
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
we
Yeah.
love
You
him.
know.
We
Yeah.
love
And I want to, because, and I'm actually like, this is one of those things where it's like, you know, maybe it wasn't meant to be, but Vinny will be
Right.
back and the back seats will be back in SPO Wrestling. So, you know,
Most
that's somebody who you don't have to worry about him never showing up at SPO. Vinny's there.
Yeah.
Just because he wasn't there doesn't mean he's not there. So to say.
No, man.
Vinny's a day one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But LaVarvi, he came out and serenaded Angel Metro with, which song was it, Phil? Did he actually sing his
Which
new
one
one?
was it?
I'm not sure if it was his new one or not, or if he saved that for later, but yeah.
She wasn't having it.
No.
She wasn't.
No. She's like, I'm not here for any of you guys. I'm here to wrestle. And the crowd loved it. Dude, she's got so much charisma. Dude, she runs around the ring kind of like Miley, but like she does this thing with her hands and the crowd just, dude, she's something else, man. She's a
I think
diamond in
she's
the rough.
definitely one of the, yeah, I definitely think she's definitely one of the most she's definitely out of all the female talent going on right now, the most versatile. I mean, you don't see most women do, again, things that she does, whether it's death match, you know, intergender matches, all that kind of stuff. It's like she really stands out when it comes to the female division in indie wrestling right now.
Guys, she did a no-ring death match Saturday night against Lucky in
Right.
Philly, and then showed up at our event Sunday and wrestled in the Rumble against guys. Against Vinny Tallada. She was running spots with Vinny Tallada.
Mm-hmm.
And gave
was
them the
good.
business too.
Good.
I mean, I'm gonna say already what happened because it happened in the first minute of the Battle Royal, or excuse me, the Rumble. Angel eliminated Vinny Tallada.
How did she eliminate him?
There was a little bit of a chase at one point. She tried to fight back. Vinny, of course, big guy, so she's ducking and bobbing and weaving. Well, he comes charging at her. She pulls the rope down. Vinny goes tumbling over the top rope.
And the crowd went wild, I assume.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, they were
That's
the first
awesome.
two in.
So I might have walked in a little too late in this. So you mean to tell me right now that Stan Styles is a babyface?
Stan Styles is like the baby face now.
Wow. All right. So Stan Styles and Angel Metro
Yeah.
are babyface tag team.
No, it's Stan and Mark, badass Mark Angel together with her as their third. It's like a threesome.
And they're all babyface.
Yeah, like extreme baby faces. Like everything Mark does has a sound. When he throws a punch, when he throws a kick, it's got this loud sound, and the crowd pops for everything, dude. They seriously, facial expressions are out of the park. He's great at cutting promos. They killed it. They basically killed it. And this is coming from me. I wanted to bury Stan Styles.
Oh my God.
That was
He
your
is
worst
awesome.
nightmare.
He's awesome. Fans out. Promoters should be booking Stan Styles. I hate to say it. Have him keep the cream at home. But book them. I'll tell you another person that I'm going to be honest right now. If a promoter does not book Jordan Oliver on their show, you're frigging crazy. Book Jordan Oliver everywhere right now. He did the best business he's ever done that I've seen in my life for SPO this week. That dude showed up, put Flying Ryan over on the microphone like $1 million. Dude, Flying Ryan is like a carbon copy of Jordan when Jordan was the age Flying Ryan is now. And Flying Ryan goes back with me and my brother Robbie. We've been friends with his family for decades. You see what I'm saying?
So tell me about Flying Ryan, because I was seeing pictures of him and whatnot. Is he basically like a younger version of Jordan as when he was
kind of. He trained at Cheeseburgers.
Okay.
And he went every night, like 4 or 5 nights a week for like half a year. and he graduated, and now he's on his like 22nd match, and everyone calls him Young Jordan Oliver, which is funny because just 2 years ago Jordan was Young Jordan Oliver, you know.
Right.
And so when he was there and we had a lot of no-shows, it was like, well, who are we going to put him up against? Well, Jordan friggin' Oliver, of course. Like, Jordan hasn't wrestled in 9 months, so give him a match. No ring rust whatsoever. Complete ring general. The seasoning that he's put on his work is amazing. And in my opinion, the ACL injury is what the universe needed him to have so that he could slow down his mental process. And he has now aged as a pro wrestler, and I'm so freaking proud of him. Phil, what do you think of that?
I mean, I don't even know. It was an amazing match. The crowd response to it was so over the top, like in a good way. When I say over the top, like it was explosive. They kept everybody's beyond just kept keeping everybody's attention. Like, you have a good match. Because right after this, we went to intermission, and the whole crowd is still buzzing from it. And they're like, we can't wait for what's next. You see, there were like 2 little pods of kids that were like wrestling because they were like so jazzed and like didn't know what to do with their energy. Like it was.
Yeah, we got shut down for it.
It was so hot. Like, it was such an amazing, amazing match.
It was. Skills, what'd you think? Did you get to watch it?
For the most part, I didn't get to see it. I didn't see it like that. I was hearing a little bit of the reaction. And what I was hearing too, the fans were saying that it could have been the match of the night. But I had Ryan at win in our last event, and he's just an amazing talent, and he's just a good kid. I definitely see a future in him. So it was amazing to see, him going against Jordan Oliver so early in his career. The talent like that to really showcase what he can do. And I think everybody was impressed. I think even Jordan himself was very impressed by it.
That's awesome.
The name is over.
He said
the name
so
is
on
over
the
to me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. That was a crazy match. And I as far as that match goes, I gave it match of the night in my mind. They did an up and over in the corner into the acid bomb. Did you guys see that? That was hot.
I did see that.
They did really nice. Yeah, it was really good. Really good. Really good. But yeah, a lot of people saying they stole the show. Definitely, sent the crowd home happy. But yeah, we went to intermission at this point. Did anything happen before intermission, or we just go right into intermission? Trying to think.
I think that was it.
Jordan put over Ryan. That was the sort of the big send home to
they talked on the mic and stuff. Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, so anyway, so we're at intermission, guys. This is when everyone's tipping their bartender. I'm walking around making announcements. Hey, meet Elena Mizernaya, meet this one, do that, blah, blah, blah. So I made a promise to you guys. I said, when we get to intermission, we're going to watch the footage. You guys almost ready for this?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. Every time I watch this footage, I actually yell like, yeah, get him. Like, I get too excited.
Yeah, definitely. I want some action too.
All right, you ready? And this is what's cool is you can tell it's footage we're not supposed to be watching. It's a camera of it. You'll see. All right, let's watch this. So do you want to watch it first, and then you guys talk about it, and we'll watch it again? All right, let's
put it on.
Jesus.
How did y'all notice that? Did he grab you?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, the ref can't even look. Oh my God. There you go. Right to the neck.
And then came back for more.
Jesus.
You see me I actually grabbed the mic right there, and the camera points. You'll see the referees, and then that's Mr. 50s, who, if you don't know, that's actually Drake Younger, who stepped up as a behind the scenes producer over at JCW with us. So shouts out to Drake,
So from just
start, I feel like I missed the beginning. Like,
so play it again, Johnny, if you don't mind.
That's what I was gonna do.
So boom. So right here,
boom. He already was there.
So Justin, all right. So I'll give you a playback. What happened? The match was a 6-man tag. The Backseat Boys and Big Al, Alice Crowley, taking on the Neon Blondes and Sunny Kiss. So Facade, Danny Moe, and Sunny Kiss. We were the heels, so we came out first. Now,
damn, you got a right hand, Justin.
Yeah.
JP, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you Justin.
That's all good. No, it's both. It's all good.
Oh,
yeah, right there. I got my foot right on his neck.
Yeah, it's
oh my
it's one of those things. Like I couldn't I couldn't even think. You know, I was just
it happened so fast.
Right.
Like literally, we were making our way to the ring, and
like
the last thing I remember was Alice like jokingly said to me that our song was the shits because she's younger and whatnot, so she's got that like Gen Z like whatever. So I was like, whatever. And the next thing you know, I see this Juff, because that's what I'm gonna call him. I see this Juff get up on the ring.
Ain't even a Juff.
So I make my way over to him and I tell him, I'm like, you can't be her. I'm like, you can't be here.
Right here. So right here, if I hit play, you're behind your brother as your brother's getting in the ring.
Yeah,
so
and now just before we get further, I'm just letting y'all know, like, I'm just trying to work the camera. I'm just working my entrance and everything like that. So like, if you even rewind it for just a few seconds, it's like by the time I go through the ropes, it's like I already see.
Yeah.
Like,
right there. He sees what's going on.
I saw it. Yeah, you could see that.
Like,
and I'm in the ring trying to get dude out of the ring. I'm like, you can't be here. He like goes to shove me, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, excuse my language, but I'm like, fuck this. So I went to go take him down, and I guess
I see it
because he was intoxicated. He sort of like dead weighted. So at that point, I was like, all right, Timber, you're going down. And then that's when you see here, Justin gets on, and I'm just putting my weight on top of him right there, getting him down.
Flatliner-ish. You almost gave him like a Mortis flatliner.
Yeah, like the moment I got up and I seen that
boom, flatliner.
Somebody's in the ring that they shouldn't be in. Like that's it, man. You know what I mean? They got to protect the business.
Keep it right there. Yeah. So he fucked around. He found out. Our referee and senior official Jeff the ref came in and they did what they did, and I went over to Brian, the ringmaster, got on the mic and proceeded to cut one of my unscripted shoot promos where I said, if anyone else wants a shot at it, I'm right here. I won't stop until this place is burnt. So
I mean, let me ask you guys something. How would you have handled this if you were us? Like, would you have, I mean, like, because there's like you can't even think. It's like as soon as you look up and there's somebody in the ring, it's like, I mean,
there was no time to no time to think. I was just trying to make sure he didn't get over to Big Al.
Like he was a.
I think y'all was nice to him. I would have kicked him right in.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
That's what everyone was saying. We got to the back and Effie and everyone was like, Violent J was literally sitting there watching it on the monitor going, like with his hands crossed, and he was like, they could have done a lot worse.
So you know what that says? You guys are very professional and did what you had to do. Mm-hmm. You know, you ain't escalate anything. You just defended yourself and got him out of there. That's it.
That was the gist of it. That was the gist of it.
The pants never look better. Putting the boots to these guys.
Yeah, no, they deserve all those.
I'm just again like trying to make sure that he's flat. You know, he's kicking his feet around and everything like that. Anything I can grab to make sure.
This was Joliet.
Yeah, and now here's another small little detail. Now, mind you,
oh my God,
this is a week after we had just turned heel.
I seen that too.
And on top of it all, now your beloved Backseat Boys also kicked your beloved Brothers of Funstruction's ass, which just so happened to be in their hometown. So you put all that together, and it's like it's just a whole combination of just.
Yeah, the Brothers of Funstruction are indeed from the Chicago Joliet area. So I think what had happened was that you had a lot of fans that were keeping up with Lunacy, because that's the thing. This wasn't a ICP tour. This was a JCW tour that happened to have Violent J and Ouija Max. So you had the wrestling was the main thing, like the music was an extra. So all of the juggalos that were coming in were typically JCW fans. So to get back to what Justin was saying, I'm pretty sure these people were watching the heel turn and they've been keeping up with Lunacy, because it's like, and this is how messed up it all is. We had planned later in the night for something similar to happen later in the night, a similar angle where it was going to be a worked thing where a fan jumped in the ring and helped Effie. We couldn't do that because literally it was we spoke it into existence. Life imitated art, and it happened directly to us. like right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to talk about a sign on the road, you're going the right way. It's speak things into existence. You know, you want that kind of heat, you got to be able to handle it.
Have you ever had a fan run in the ring in your matches with like Trent?
Never.
Like has
Never.
nothing? Yeah, that's never happened to you guys at all.
Never once that I remember. It happened to Nick Burke, and he grabbed the fan and threw him over the top rope. What about you, Phil? Ever happened to you?
Yes, the gentleman was elderly, and I don't think he knew where he was at. But he didn't come into the ring. He carried like a trash can lid to the side of the ring, and I had this kid locked in a triangle choke, and I thought he was going to throw the lid at me. He missed me and hit the kid I had in the triangle choke.
Full disclosure.
Man. You earned your first teardrop tattoo on your face that day, Phil. We're so proud of you.
So we wound up finding out later in the night that the fan that tried attacking us went with his mother to the show.
What?
Right.
Oh,
and
no.
one of the wrestlers had, spoken to the mother. I guess she recognized them and said, "Hey, that fan that got attacked in the ring was my son, and he deserved every bit of that ass
Thank
whooping
God
that he got."
She's a real wrestling fan.
Yeah. I was like,
oh, no. He shouldn't have been in that ring.
Well, she's also a real dignified person in that you fuck around, you find out, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and you were told to leave, you didn't, and I'm sorry, that's golden rule. That's golden rule of wrestling. If you ain't one of us, do not cross that boundary. It's the same rules that apply at any other event. If you're brought on stage for Fago Armageddon and you start throwing fists, you're going to be dealt with. Same rules apply to this. If you cross over the guardrail at any wrestling show, expect it to happen.
Not even wrestling, anywhere for that matter. Any sporting event, any event that you
don't
go on the basketball court. You're gonna have a security tackle you over.
So again,
but as it relates to wrestling, because we're talking specifically about professional wrestling, if you're behind the guardrail, sit down, shut up, enjoy the show. Get high, get drunk, do whatever. Okay, and this is JCW, so throw shit if you want. I'll take any drink that you have, throw it at me. But you get over the guardrail, you're getting stomped the fuck out. Bottom line.
So that's again the highlight of the weekend from the Hella Pain and Diamond Ring tour of JCW. So
and I get a lot of drinks. Y'all get drinks thrown at y'all
all the time.
I mean, everything under the sun. I mean, again, being that we had just turned heel just a week prior, again, it was just, we were amazed of just how much heat we got to the point where a fan is already rushing the ring on us.
Yeah. You guys, I just got a text from Rick Blade. He said, "You guys were gentle. I would have introduced that dude to Jesus." Dude, Rick Blade's in rare form lately. He's cursing in his promos. We're going to see a promo in a little bit with him cursing. Andrew Dice Blade comes out again. Dude, we saw a new side of Blade yesterday. Dude, Blade is an animal. Dude,
I want to hear all about it.
Yeah, dude, let's get real quick. We'll get back into the second half, and then
let's do it up.
Yeah.
So we came right back from intermission and went right into Drew Gulak versus Simon Gotch.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
banger.
Yeah, I was about to say just solid. There's no other way to say it than just solid. They both seemed very happy with the match. The crowd was extremely happy with the match. Everybody loved the match. Like it was weird. Not weird. It was in a very, very good way. We went into intermission with a very high energy Jordan Oliver, Ryan O'Neal match. And we came out of intermission to another match that was just so high energy and the crowd just ate it up.
That's awesome.
Loved it.
And it was everything you thought. It was hold for hold, catches, catch can, back and forth, craziness. Everything looked like it hurt a lot. Like we're talking pretzels. It was basically a pretzel factory.
And that's their first time wrestling each other, correct? Despite the fact that they've both been wrestling for, a combined like 50 years at this point between the two of them.
And you guys know now, you've been around Gotch a lot. You know how big he is physically. What a specimen, right?
Yes.
Gotch is the same. Gulak's the same size. Dude, Gulak is big.
Oh, yeah. I keep, it's weird in my brain because I think of 12 years ago Gulak and like he's big, he's broad, and you forget, and it's like, oh yeah, he'll mess you up.
Yeah. We invited Ryan O'Neal to come to our table Saturday at the convention so we can introduce him to some people. Try to get him moving. He's got to get booked more, Phil. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
So the name Flying Ryan is over to me. So,
Dude,
as far as I'm concerned, I'm already a mark for Flying Ryan.
I told him, I said, everyone believes in you now. I said, all you got to do is just do everyone proud and stay on the straight and narrow, keep working hard, and you got this. Dude, let's be honest. Cheeseburger is an awesome trainer. He's a great dude and an awesome trainer, and he actually gives a shit. Like, he couldn't be and Ryan's training with Preacher over there, too. Dude, yeah. Ryan is getting a pedigree.
I talked to him a little bit in the back because I was just like, tell me, because I didn't know where he was from right away. It's funny though, because my brain's like, I know I've seen you somewhere, and he was like, oh, I'm training that with Cheeseburger and Preach, and I'm like, oh, that's where I've seen you before. And just to even see where he's come in a very short time too is just really awesome.
Yeah. And Gotch worked with him in the ring. Gotch basically did a seminar with him in the ring, just took it upon himself.
Yeah.
Gotch got to meet Keith, Trent, and our last student, and they hit it off and they talked. So Gotch was like, I told him, I said, you're like a campfire in the locker room. All the wrestlers sit around you to stay warm, But yeah, it was.
That's
great.
why Vaughn hung out with him. Sorry. And I mean that legitimately. Vaughn came up and was like, can we talk? I just love your stories.
Oh God. Vaughn looked great, didn't he?
He did.
Crowd loved him.
I liked beating up on him even more.
Yo, let me tell you something. Vaughn is getting heavyweight title caliber for us.
Oh man.
I'm serious. People love him, dude.
I don't know if we should put the belt on him. He might pawn it for heat.
Shh. Don't give away future angles.
Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
what
guys,
does Cornette say? Lazy booking. Lazy booking.
Lazy booking. But yeah, that was a great. So Phil, you're the expert on the catch as catch can, hold for hold. I got to say, I saw a lot of innovation in the Gotch versus Gulak match. I'm excited to see it back on Radiant when they put the video on demand up, which will be up soon. I'm being told.
I'm shocked that was the first time they ever had a match.
Yeah,
like
I think they were too. When you heard them talk about it, they were like, "We've never wrestled each other."
Yeah, no, I mean,
and Gotch wore his mask too. He wore his Noah entrance mask. It was pretty sick with the glowing eyes and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's one of those matches too, where both guys were, if I'm not mistaken, they were just missing each other. Like I'm pretty sure they were in WWE at the same time, but in different rosters and different locker rooms.
Yeah.
Gulak might have been developmental while Gotch was on the main roster. So, promoters out there, start taking advantage of these matches that should have been on TV but weren't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just something to consider. You know, like Gotch and Gulak is a match that can and should be happening on any wrestling show across the country. So the fact that we were the first to do it, it's like, hey, we'll rep that. That's awesome. But it's like, why was it the first one? Why are we seeing so many
look at the size of Gotch
passed off?
Yeah.
Look at the size of him. Look how everyone in the back, their eyes are on him. He demands your attention when he's in a room.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big dude, man. Oof.
And engaging. It's so weird because I used to hear this weird criticism that some people used to have, like, oh, well, he doesn't know how to engage with people. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I find him one of the most engaging people in the locker room. Like, you can talk to. When I watch his matches, I can't look away. Like, he's a solid competitor.
He's cool
all around. And Drew, I'll sidestep this one really quick. Drew leading Catchpoint, the Catchpoint Academy. And what, 4 or 5 of his students showed up to help set up the ring. A number of them were in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
They have such a presence, and Catchpoint has developed such a great reputation. And, unbeknownst to, I think, any of us, today is actually Drew Gulak's birthday, and one of his students went out and bought him cake as a surprise, and that's how you can tell there's like a genuineness to like what he's doing and how he's doing, because she like just did it on a whim, on a surprise, didn't even tell the other students, like I'm just gonna go do this, and came back. She'd gone upstairs in the casino and found like a piece of cake and like gave him the piece of cake.
Well, that shows there's a family nature. He came up through CZW, and we all tried to act like family in CZW, so he was taught right.
Yeah.
He knows what's up, man. And let me tell you something. He trained Kid Legend, Stamper. Phil, you told Kid Legend to go to Catch Point, where he's been doing one-on-one sessions with Drew Gulak, and he killed it in the Rumble. We're about to get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, awesome. So what was the finish of that one, Phil? Do you remember?
No, I did. I missed.
Drew Gulak won. Drew Gulak won with one of the sickest submissions I've seen. It was pretty nasty.
Wow.
But that was pretty crazy. I didn't expect to see that.
Wow.
But that was a great match. Everyone had mad respect for both guys.
Johnny had a front row seat all night, right?
I was a ring announcer, yeah.
I heard.
And I sat in on commentary for the Rick Blade match too.
Good.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. So that was a great match. So now we're on to the heavyweight title match, you guys. This is what we've all been waiting for. We're down to the last. This is the heavyweight title match, and then after that is the Skywalker Rumble for the Skywalker match.
So you might have to walk us through what happened. I know what happened, but I didn't get a chance to see it at all because I was getting ready for some other things. So Rick Blade with Tone Love versus the Feral Face. Feral Face was our champion. Now Rick Blade. I don't know if you want to walk us through what happened.
Injustice.
We got a picture of this. I think we got a good Rick Blade picture.
Let me ask you: was Emil there by any chance?
Yes, he was.
Awesome.
Emil was there. Yes,
he was in his Kurt Angle velour suit.
Yeah,
he was.
The Team Angle.
Yeah.
Which color?
Yeah.
Red or
It was
blue?
red.
All right,
Red,
dope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Emil's going to start being a manager or something for us. See, I could have asked him to ring announce, but I said no, dude. Like,
That's fantastic.
you know, like no, you're one of the boys. You're gonna friggin'. We're gonna start something new with Emil. We're gonna talk to him soon, and we want to get him on SPO City next week, hopefully. We had a great time. You know who was there, you guys? Black G's, Sabian. We got to see Sabian.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Very nice.
Yeah, he looks great, man. It was great seeing him.
Who did he show up with? Was he there with Ruckus and Robbie, or he just
came to see Robbie and me and everyone? Yeah, it was great, man. I was walking, I hear Johnny. I turn around at Sabian. I couldn't believe it. It was awesome. He looks phenomenal. I couldn't have been happier to see him, man. Came in the locker room, talked to everybody. You know, he's another guy, wealth of information, doing great in the NWA. If we ever book him, we got to use the NWA logo, guys. Though
I was going to ask, did he work the show at all? Because I know he is from Philly.
No, he did not. Nope. But who knows?
I just want to real quick. You know, I for those who don't know, I've always been a fan of Blackout, whether it's Ruckus, G's, Robbie, Joker, Eddie Kingston. I think, you know, outside of the Backseat Boys, Blackout was the standout wrestling group on the independents for so many years. They never got the respect that they fully deserved, but they always existed and they were always innovative. And I think Ruckus and G's, or Sabian as he was known back then, they were the two pillars of tag team wrestling for so long. He was a dream match for so long. I know he's not able to wrestle for a number of reasons, but I'm happy to see that things have turned a corner in his life to where he's able to appear on TV with a company like the NWA. So the fact that, you know, he's alive, he's doing well, he's healthy, and he's coming by SPO. Just G's always has a spot in SPO wrestling as far as I'm concerned, and I'm happy to hear that he's there and was, you know, there to support the guys. So just want to give a shout out to him.
Look at the look on Feral Face's face right there. Would you want to be in that rear naked sleeper or whatever it is?
Not at all.
Dude, and Face put on weight too. Phil, what would you say? No, Skills, what would you say? 10 pounds since we saw him last?
Yeah, he looks like he got some,
probably
some size on.
Works out like a monster.
Yo,
Robbie,
Robbie,
what it do, Robbie? Salute.
Skills, don't forget, we got to put Robbie over in a little bit. Let's make him wait for it. Make him wait for it. So Elena Mizernaya walked the Feral Face to the ring. Tell me those two aren't good looking together. But yeah, she wore the outfit that won her Miss Nation Universe.
She was over too. Everybody had the cameras on her. If you go look at the footage, everybody's flip.
She's very good. Very fun. Same thing with Chanel, who sang our national anthem. What a beautiful woman with an amazing voice. The ending of when she came to her, I guess you would call it a crescendo or something, and she hit those high notes. The place really, really respected her for that. It was something special. You know what it was, guys? There was beauty flowing through Harrah's yesterday. A lot of beauty. There really was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we had to do like mic checks and like rehearsals because we're an entertainment company now. It's not just wrestling.
As it should be. as it should be.
Wow,
You know,
really?
look at the you look
Yeah.
at the biggest companies in the world. They all offer multiple forms of media consumption. If you're only servicing wrestling, you're leaving out your music, you're leaving out your fashion, you're
Right,
leaving out your
yeah.
modeling, you're leaving out your entrepreneurship. You know, you're leaving out your clothing and media consumption. You know, this is all stuff that SPO Wrestling has taken stands to try and elevate. So the fact that we have, you know, this avenue, it's like, you know, we can't just be a wrestling company. We have to be an entertainment company.
Right. Exactly. It's today's market. So guys, so Feral Face is an animal. I don't know how Rick Blade was able to slip by him. I was on commentary for this match. I was in pain halfway through just watching some of these strikes and the way they were hitting each other. Now, guys, I want you to understand something. Tone Love is now Rick Blade's manager. These guys are now known as the Philly Legends. Tone Love literally made up a rap song on the way to the ring about Rick Blade. And I don't know rap, but from what I know, it sounded pretty damn good. And the crowd was really into it. Yo, Tone Love is a straight up OG, and I am thrilled that we have him. Seriously, what'd you guys think of Tone Love?
I think that's freaking awesome, man. You know, the fact that we got a pioneer in the world of hip hop, and he's showing love to a pioneer of professional wrestling like Rick Blade. It's just, it's insane.
Yep. And they look good together too, dude. I don't know how to explain it. And Tone Love, Nana's Organic Candy Clouds is him and his wife Gia Love's organization that makes money to raise money for families that have lost loved ones that had special needs, and they give money to people that didn't have the resources that they had with their daughter Shania, known as Nana. So they made us a brand new flavor, mostly for Vinny Pacifico, that they called Punch, PW Punch.
Wow.
And they sold out. They sold out of the PW Punch. It was so popular. So they're
That line was crazy.
That's amazing.
Dope.
It was awesome. It really was. So we're now partners with Run Sanaya Run and Nana's and Tone Love. The same way we are partners with Burnt Coffee Company. And we had Adam from Burnt Coffee Company in the front row with his family. And he stood up and got to wave to the people of Chester. And we got to announce our new partnership. So a lot of good happening. Just today, my brother Robbie and Michael Connor, our media and entertainment specialist, met with the Burnt Coffee Company in Wildwood today. So we have news about that coming up soon. So don't miss out on that. So, yeah. So, guys, Rick Blade is our OG champion. Should we hear from Rick Blade, the potty mouth?
Yes.
At the man on this title. You have no idea the pride I feel holding this right now. Trent Acid was not only an amazing professional wrestler, he was a very, very good friend of mine. The man lived in my house for a period of time. And just to say now I am the SPO heavyweight title with his picture on it is one of the greatest accomplishments in my life. Now, unfortunately, with the way I feel right now, the joy I feel right now holding this title, for Declan Grant to stick his nose out and say something about my daughters when I'm trying to celebrate this with them just shows how much of a piece of shit he is. And the next SPO event, it's gonna be my pleasure for my first defense to beat the living shit out of him. For this man, for all the fans in there, for my family, Declan Grant, you have no idea what you're in for.
Wow.
Dude, I never seen Blade like that. Ever in a promo.
This is a personal match.
Dude, so what happened, Phil? How did it work out with Declan? Did you see this?
I didn't see how it happened in the ring, but I saw him like floating in the building, and I'm like, oh, Declan's here. And I remember going up to him and I was like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? And he's like, I'm here.
Look great. Look like a $1 million. So Blade wins the belt. Blade goes into the crowd with his celebration, right over to his family. His daughters are beautiful. His family's beautiful, and he's over there with them holding up the belt. And I guess Declan jumped in the ring with the microphone and started talking trash and said something out of line about getting the daughter's phone number. And I've never seen Rick Blade's eyes roll in the back of his head like that and him run after someone. It was, I actually had to run and get involved to make sure they didn't touch each other. And then, of all people, Mayor Roots sanctioned the match that next show. It's going to be Declan versus Blade for the very first time.
Did he get the phone number, at least?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's hope not.
It was crazy, you guys.
Hope
It
we
really
did.
was. It was crazy. What do we have to show with this? Anything? We have a video or anything with this? No, right? Yeah, Declan he was just phenomenal, man. He's so legit. Like he's just such a tough dude. Anyway, so that was the heavyweight title. So we have a brand new champion, Rick effing Blade. I'm so excited to say that Rick Blade's the champion. Guys, did you know Rick? Did you ever hear me tell you that Trent lived with Rick Blade? I never knew that till this promo.
That's news to me.
Me too.
Yeah,
Wow.
This is total news to me. I never knew that. And
Dude, what a
again,
great
the
champion.
fact that again, Declan Grant has his eyes set on Rick Blade for the title. I mean, there's so many levels of meaning behind this match. You know, Declan Grant is also
Todd Gordon. What's up, Todd?
family members
What up?
with Trent Acid, is, you know, you said, right, Johnny?
Yeah, I didn't know that he stayed at Blade's house. I got to get to the bottom of this. That should have been a documentary series.
No, I'm saying that Declan Grant has family ties with Trent Acid.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Yes, Declan Grant's one of the last living members of Trent's family. This is it's all so weirdly tied and strangely together.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, guys, here's the thing. All right. Feral Face, when he lost the match, he just vanished, just went to the back. All right. And we're like, okay, good. Like, I'm thinking to myself, we're going to have to call the cops because he's going to lose his mind. Okay. But he just went to the back. So I'm thinking, okay, we did it. We dodged a bullet. We can move on. And we go on to the next match, which is the Skywalker Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened here? Lavari came back out because I remember they stopped me in the ring from introducing the Rumble because Lavari wanted to come back out to perform again.
Lavari had a whole concert in the ring. What are you talking about? He went on to do, what was it, 3 songs, I think. As he brought out Vinny Talata, who was number 1 in the Rumble. But that also meant, if you were paying attention to what I was saying before, Angel Metro was number 2. Angel comes out, ends up eliminating Vinny.
In the beginning of the match?
In the beginning of the battle of the Rumble, yeah.
Wow.
He chased her around the building first. It was crazy.
I mean, there was a lot of interesting contention. And I wish I had. I was trying to look up the whole order of things, and so I know I'm gonna miss the right order. But
you came out.
I see you got your Sammy Callahan vest.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
D'Lo Brown. Oh, look at those silver shoes.
That's dope.
Representing.
Yes, Lavari. Yo, he's getting confident as hell, you guys.
Yeah, look at that swaggy.
And Kid Legend, man, dude, he had a whole cheering section there for him, man. This is me, Robbie, and Kid. Look at him, dude. Dude's a dad. And here, look, his kids were there. He had a whole section. And he had his 8x10s. Look at the 8x10 I made him. Look at
That's
his face.
awesome. I love it.
Dude.
He
That's
deserves
Trent's
everything he got.
Trent Acid's last student. That's me and Trent's student, man. It's amazing.
That's so
it was
cool.
cool having him and Mark Angel talk because they were both students at different times.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you
Well,
said
he got baptized into SPO though.
Yes.
Yesterday.
And you said Guy and Gotch were bonding.
Yeah, there's a little bromance between Brian Logan and Simon Gotch.
What was that interaction like? Was it like
Wrestling history, driving in the Mustang. Brian's on his 10th. Brian's on his 10th Mustang since I've known him. I found out last night, you guys.
That's horrible. How about try something? That is the literal definition of insanity. Okay, a car that is literally known to be in the shop more than on the road, and you're on your 10th one. Like, dude, like at a certain point, it's like if you have lactose intolerance, start drinking lactate-free milk.
Well, good. There you go, Brian. Take that. But yeah, so the Rumble. How about Flash Carter? You guys, he killed it.
I saw he was there. That's so sick.
He did really well. I mean, we still got to, silver police him. But
I was thinking about this, whole thing about people wearing silvers, and there might be a few exceptions with certain people that, we can
get to that.
Declare ourselves as, one somehow, which, I think we can agree with a certain way.
I mean, Flash Carter is training to be a doctor and a cardiologist. I don't know. Like, was he like the New Age Disco Inferno? That was a lot of silver. Like it was very like reflective silver, like very like broken up into a whole bunch of pieces.
Like Lamari's shoes. It was almost crystal ballish.
Like
Angel tried to Angel, I think, tried to steal his top at one point.
Oh wow.
But he's in better shape now, Phil. He's put on some muscle.
Yeah.
He's doing great, and he was springboarding and jumping. Dude, the place was they were chanting for him. He got over. Flash Carter got over. Class act. You know, he set up at the ring and was talking. Like, he's so good with the kids and the families and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's the one that invited all the medical professionals. You know,
I saw that they had a special for nurses.
Yeah, because
and
they
doctors.
just closed. Dude, they just closed down Crozier. Remember when Robbie had to get Helivac to Philly because he didn't want to go to Chester Crozier Hospital? That hospital's closed down now. And the other closest hospital is closed down now too. So now they're literally worried that people are going to be dying because they can't get the hospitals. So the least we could do was just say, hey, if you work at a hospital or you did work at a hospital, you and your family can come to our show for free and enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Wow.
The problem is we didn't think of it till Saturday, so we only put it out with 24 hours notice. If we had more time, we could have really gotten a lot more people there, but it was a good time for sure. So Rick Blade is our new champion, you guys. Brand new champion.
Oh.
We go into the Rumble here. You see there's Flash Carter with the, and then the last member, the last guy was Velcro, you guys. Velcro came out in the Rumble, and he did wonderfully, man. Almost his entire thing is on Instagram. If you go to
I saw that.
Velcro. Yeah, dude, he jumped right off the thing and eliminated himself. He doesn't give a shit. There's gruesome down there.
I heard that all the way from the back. I got a crazy reaction.
Yeah,
he is crazy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I got to say, I agree with Chef the Ref. Tone Love was amazing with Blade, dude. I love the Philly legends. They're OGs, bro. Like, Blade is as OG as it comes in Philly, and Tone Love is as OG as it comes. And Tone Love, the song for Blade, I can't wait to listen to it again. We got to get it. I want to get Tone Love on here in the future, you guys. We got to talk to him. He's the coolest dude in the world, man. For real, for real. And he's got such a great work ethic and such a great vision for where he wants things to go in the future. And we're so happy to have him and Nana's Candy Clouds with us. And it was good. The punch was good. The Vinny Pacifico flavor was really good, guys. I enjoyed it.
We'll have to make fun of Vinny for not being there and having candy.
So speaking of silvers, let's talk about who won. Let's see if we have it up here somewhere.
I would love to see how and like some footage of it.
We actually have, we're not going to do the footage just yet, but we actually have the moment of elimination here where you can, it came down to Kurt Robinson and Pat Dynamite shown in silvers.
Oh,
and Pat Dynamite won. Pat Dynamite is the new Skywalker champion. There's me. Look at me.
Those look good on him.
They do.
Backseat Pat. I like it.
And then Big Rel came in the ring. It looks like I'm singing with Big Rel. I'm not. And we did like a champions concert to end the show. And the kids all came in the ring and sang and danced. And it was really a lot of fun to end our first Radiant pay-per-view on Radiant TV with that. And look at this, guys. The first dogs of SPO. So Pat's dog, Tiny, on the left, and Rick Blade's dog on the right.
That's so dope.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I love that Trent is just surrounded by dogs.
I'm trying to find the name of the dog too. He just told me. I said, next show, bring the dog.
No more dogs. No more dogs.
I love the dogs. Yeah, well, we love the Chihuahua.
You know, if there's anyone else that can also rock silver and get away with it, it would be Pat, being that he was also, you know, mentored and trained by Jimmy Rave as well, who did wear silvers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jimmy Rave, probably the original offender of the Silver Police, but I guess in hindsight is always 2020.
Right. So it's crazy how it also came full circle for him. You know, SPO Wrestling at the 25th anniversary.
Guys, Pat and his wife were there, right? They were carrying Tiny in a Wawa bag. and Tiny had his neck like right out of the bag like this, and his eyes were looking around. That was awesome. It was the cutest thing I ever saw.
That just goes to show you that Wawa is better than Sheets.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, dude. We need that from now on.
How?
We might have to have a Survivor Series tag team match.
We might.
Team Wawa versus Team Sheets.
Fine.
This event.
Fine.
We're gonna have to have. This is gonna be the first match maybe announced of the next show.
I'm totally down for a Wawa versus Sheets Survivor Series match.
Yep.
All my money.
Dude, we started off with the Dragon Force karate demonstration, you guys. And we had Fang there, and we had Buffalo Wild Wings Hank there, and Rerun, Todd Rod Newton, came out in a full gi and got right in there with the students, and they were doing nunchucks and all kinds of stuff. It was phenomenal. So next event, we're going to have the whole dojo there, and we're going to do an even bigger thing. We're going to get Rick Blade involved, other people that know Kung Fu and stuff. One of the Catch Point students, Phil, right, in the blue gi.
Yeah.
We got to get him involved. We're going to start doing
How
stuff
is Gee?
Gee is good. He's bromancing with Simon Gotch.
Before I get out of here, or I don't know if you guys are gonna stick around.
No, we're just about done too.
Word. If anyone else is still watching or listening, you can catch the Bexy Boys in New Jersey and Philly this weekend. We have a show at the 2300 Arena.
That's right.
That's gonna be on Saturday, the 3rd. And then the following day, May 4th, we'll be at Richfield Park, New Jersey, the Mecca.
That's
That'll be
right.
a nice Sunday matinee, I believe.
Nice. Good. So you can see the Backseat Boys continuing their Do America tour.
That's right. Locally this weekend coming up.
Locally.
Come check us out this weekend because the three of us are going to be taking on the team of Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, and Kerry Morton, the Rock and Roll Express at the 2300 Arena.
First time ever Back to the Future match.
That's going to be awesome.
It might be
we're
once
doing
in a
America.
lifetime.
Oh, I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, man. Good stuff this week, you guys. It was awesome. I'm so glad to have you guys back. I'm glad you guys got back in one piece from the tour.
And the fight.
And the fight.
That's right. Retiring
Real
on
quick.
top. How about we just retire on top now?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Real quick, I want
Go ahead.
to. I want to give a shout out to Humble Among and Strange Suspicion for covering the story about the fight and doing so in a way that only reflects the truest intentions of the Backseat Boys. We ain't bullies. We're just out here defending what's rightfully ours. If you ain't one
Protecting
of the
the
boys,
business. Really.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So hopefully no more fan incidents, but please riot, burn the building down, go to chase me to my car. I'm all for it. That's the type of heat I want in wrestling at this point.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Careful what you wish for.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I want to still get Danger Ginger in here because tomorrow we're going to do the recap event. So I want him to talk about that. What's up, DG? You're muted, my friend. So, yeah, we want to talk to you about tomorrow. You are going to be doing the review show.
Yes, sir. We will be doing the review show. It was originally going to be Wednesday, but instead we're doing it tomorrow since the spot opened up. And just real quick, by the way, fantastic show yesterday. Best SPO show ever. It was something really special, and I'm looking forward to talking about it tomorrow with the guys.
We're looking forward to listening.
Yeah, we sure are. We sure are, you guys. Good stuff. Yeah, we're going to try to get some more people on here in the next few weeks. I want to get Ryan on here. Ryan O'Neill. I want to introduce our fans to Ryan. I want to try to get Angel back on here along with Stan and Rick. Mark, of course. Jordan, I would love to hear from Jordan. We got to hear from Pat. We got to hear from Rick Blade. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be hearing from a lot of people. We have a lot of big announcements. If anyone's interested in training and wanting to be part of a wrestling school, we're going to be opening up a wrestling school soon. So hit us up. You could check it out at SPO Wrestling on Instagram. And if you're interested in training, let us know and we will give you the info because we're going to be making announcements soon. Also, this Saturday is an event at Kamikaze Super Crazy in Gloucester, run by our own Mitch Stein for Loco Wrestling. So you can check that out this Saturday. Skills, my man, what do you got to say to end this? Anything?
Yeah, Danger Ginger, talk about how Johnny trying to keep screwing me every time he gets a chance. Make sure you highlight that tomorrow in the show.
Man, I will do it as objectively as possible.
Don't be
Appreciate
objective.
you.
It's totally fine.
You already know.
You already know. Well, thanks, Skills, for throwing me under the bus. Love you, brother. Can't wait.
You deserve it.
Backseats are the best tag team in the world, and they're going to take your tag team out, brother. How's that?
That's right.
Not going to work for me, brother.
That's right.
But yeah, thank you to
Omar's
Mammoth.
gonna learn
By the
soon
way,
enough.
yo, Mammoth did those videos that we showed and put them up on. He did phenomenal, dude. Mammoth
Yes.
kicked ass, dude. He kicked ass.
Hell
Our
yeah.
DJ, Chio, he was everywhere all at once, dude. And it was a hectic day, and he pulled through. I got to say, I'm so excited with him. Now, the Feral Face situation, you guys, listen. Feral Face is now suspended. He's not even on the roster right now.
See? You see
Skills,
that?
I don't just it. The point is, when he lost and went to the locker room, and then the Skywalker Rumble started, and I guess he heard how crazy over Keith was, Kid Legend. He came out and grabbed Kid Legend and threw him out. So Kid Legend, I'm not going to count that as a loss. He does not have a loss. So unfortunately, Pat's win does have a small asterisk next to it, because then they had the brawl, and the security could barely keep them apart. The Casino Control Commission was asking what was going on. It started to get really out of hand towards the end of the. You can see it all when the video on demand replay on Radiant TV starts. You'll see exactly why the Feral Face is now suspended, and we'll see what happens moving forward with that. But yeah, guys, it was pretty crazy. All right, well, thanks for joining us, you guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:00 right here for the new shirt. For the
Hey, here we go.
I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, they're
Two
nice.
scoops of whoop for y'all.
They're nice.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, let's end it with we're going to end it with the original acid reflux from the Kevin Kelly show in Connecticut in '99, you guys.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
The original reflux.
Same setup.
Chris Jericho and
Yeah.
So sick. Here we go. Back when it was a finish.